It's so miraculous that, none of Allah's attributes are shared by anyone. None of His attributes are shared by anyone. Right? And over here we're going to talk about one of the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, in the greatest surah of the Quran. لَا تَأْخُذُهُ سِنَةٌ وَلَا نَوْمٌ. Right? That Allah is not taken by slumber, by being tired. وَلَا نَوْمٌ. Nawm means sleep. And nor does sleep overtake Him. Now, why is this interesting? Because we're beginning to find out that every animal in the world sleeps. Even the birds, while they're flying, they're sleeping. Right? And so, what I want to share with you is this. Can any animal survive without sleep? Because it is an attribute of Allah, and it should have been quite known that, of course, every animal sleeps. But now we know it as a human observation of hundreds of thousands of animals. So, if you look over here, they all sleep. Scientists have yet to find a truly sleepless creature. It doesn't exist, right? And you can go all the way down to the conclusion. Anything is possible, he said. However, an emerging pattern among studies of short sleeping animals, even animals that sleep for a little while, every animal has to sleep, is that none are completely sleepless. The preservation of a little sleep suggests that there is a minimum amount of sleep that is essential, even in these remarkable short sleepers. Now the thing is that we don't know why we sleep. We just happen to sleep. It's because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't sleep, so therefore we have to sleep, and we don't know why. Right? And if you read here, it says, regardless of the preferred mode, bats, elephants, frogs, honeybees, humans, and more have something in common. They all sleep. Okay? And so, let's look at this. Why do we sleep now? We don't know why we sleep. Going without sleep will literally make you psychotic and eventually kill you. But no one knows what sleep actually does. A neuroscientist, Michael Halasa says, it's sort of embarrassing, said Dr. Michael, a neuroscientist at New York University. It's obvious why we need to eat, for example, and reproduce, but it's not clear why do we need to sleep. The brain is still working, the brain is still doing things, the brain is still fixing the body, but why do we need to sleep? So this is the thing. Now, why do we read Ayahthul Kursi when we go to sleep? I'm sorry, I have a candy in my mouth. Because my throat is bad. I took this, those cough drops. So, I was saying that we read Ayahthul Kursi when we go to sleep because who's going to watch us when we're sleeping and take care of us? So you read Ayahthul Kursi because you're about to go to sleep and Allah is going to take care of you, and you acknowledge, لَا تَأْخُذُهُ سِنَةٌ وَلَا نَوْمٌ. And then at the end, the same topic, وَلَا يَعُوذُهُ حِفْظُهُمَا. He doesn't get tired taking care of you. وَلَا يَعُوذُهُ حِفْظُهُمَا وَهُوَ الْعَلِيُّ الْعَظِيمُ. Now, who will take care of Islam while this ummah is sleeping? Allah. Allah will take care of it because He doesn't go to sleep. Who will take care of it while we are sleeping and the rest of the world is plotting and planning against us? Allah will. At least I know Allah will definitely take care of His deen, because with what we have done to Islam and the type of, Christians, we give zakat once a year, 2.5%, right? Do you know how much zakat Christians give? Every month, they give a tilt. It's called a tilt in Christianity. If you have Christian friends, you can ask them about this. Christians give 10% of their earnings. 10% of their earnings. 10% of their earnings after taxes. Even here in America, despite all the expenses. And they do it because they believe it. And they believe in their false religion more than we believe in our true religion. So, but the truth is what? The truth is Allah is the caretaker of everything. Allahu la ilaha illahu huwa al-hayyul qayyum la ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm. He doesn't get tired. Of course, every animal gets tired, but we didn't know, or we weren't sure, or we could have suspected that maybe some animals don't fall asleep. They don't need sleep. Maybe some birds, they can, but no. Everything falls asleep except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only He doesn't fall asleep. So this was a very short video. I just wanted to share this with you, and inshallah I hope you found it beneficial. Inshallah, jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. And so there's another miracle, inshallah, in Ayahthul Kursi, which you'll find over here in these particular words, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, La ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm. La means not, ta'khudhuhu take, or to overcome. La ta'khudhuhu sinatun, he's not overcome, okay, by being tired or fatigue, okay. Wa la nawm, nor sleep. So we discussed already that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, this is my attribute. I don't sleep, meaning everything else sleeps. And now we know this to be true. The other thing is that something overtakes you, meaning for the human beings and for the rest of the animal world, you can say, that something takes over us, that we get tired and we go to sleep because something takes over us. Because Allah is saying about Himself, لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم, that sleep does not overtake Him, nor does being fatigued take over Him. So over here we will look at this part of why do we fall asleep, and what happens in the process of falling asleep. Okay, so let us look at the 4 stages of sleep. Okay, stage number 3, what happens during stage 3 sleep? Muscles relax, blood pressure and breathing drop. The deepest sleep occurs. Slow brain waves as delta waves begin to emerge, meaning they begin to take over. So something else takes over, right? When you're sleeping, something in the brain takes over called delta waves that puts you into stage 3 sleep. This stage is sometimes referred to as delta sleep. And then what happens? Okay, then in REM sleep, okay, REM sleep is referred to as the paradoxical sleep because while the brain and other body systems become more active, so the system is shut down and then made active again. And this is where we have our dreams. Muscles become more relaxed. Dreaming occurs due to increased brain activity, but voluntary muscles become immobilized. So something takes over us when we're sleeping. You can also see this over here. Stage 3, muscles relax, blood pressure and breathing drop, deepest sleep occurs. Stage number 4 is when you have your dreams. Now, brain becomes more active, body becomes relaxed and immobilized, dreams occur, eyes move rapidly. Okay, so this delta phase takes over us, and then after that, the muscles become immobile. Okay. Now, what happens as far as being tired? You can just read this here. Fatigue is caused by a kind of poisoning produced by our organs. When a muscle in our body works, it produces lactic acid, and if we remove the lactic acid from a tired muscle, it would start working at once. So here, لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم. I just want to go over the first part. Allahu la ilaha illahu. Allah, there is no divine, no divine other than He. Okay, no other than Him. Al-Hayyul Qayyum. He is the living. Al-Qayyum, the one who sustains. He's the one who keeps everything established. And I'm giving very raw meaning here, because I'm not going into tafsir of the ayah. La ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm, nor does overtake him fatigue, nor does overtake him sleep. And as you can see in human beings, this is a phenomenon where either because you become tired, because of certain toxins, lactic acid, your muscles get tired, and this is something how Allah has made us, and sleep overtakes us, and being tired takes over us. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these things obviously do not affect Him at all. So let us now, inshallah, listen to this.
Allahu la ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum. La ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm.
So we will stop here for today, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Please check out my channel and please subscribe, inshallah. You will find a lot of topics I've talked about interesting, inshallah, as you can see here.